Hello everybody and welcome back. Last time we explored the southern portion of Oceania and we got a few Jinn along the way as well as a tablet summon, and today we're going to begin the exploration of Air Rock. So let's get to it, shall we? So right from the beginning, right here we have a sign and a strange rock. Beware the windstones. The stones magnify the power of the wind. Use caution when approaching Earthrock. So that is pretty much our hint and our introduction to the game mechanic that is most prevalent in Air Rock. We're going to be using the stones, and when we apply the Whirlwind synergy, they are able to blow the walls of sound out of the way. So right now what we want to do is blow that one to our left, so we have to find a way to position ourselves to the right of that very same stone. So this very first section of Air Rock is a bit of a maze, and here we have just a basic enemy. A few of the enemies in Air Rock are also the same that can be found on the Yampi Desert, as well as the overworld of Oceania. So we want to go all the way up. As you can see right there, we have what looks like a giant pink tornado. We can't do anything about it yet, but we will soon enough. But before that, we have a chest. And it contains the second mimic of the game. So, this guy is level 17. He has 431 HP, 36 synergy, 126 attack, 33 defense, 77 agility and 16 luck. He has a Venus elemental resistance of 100, 25 for Mars, 152 Jupiter, 127 Mercury and 100 Mercury elemental power. Now, he normally yields 272 experience points, which then become 353 if we finish him off with a Mars Gene. He drops 241 coins, which then become 313, and he has a guaranteed drop of a lucky medal. Now, as for his commands, of course he has the attack, debilitate, side drain and sleep synergies, which are basic for every single mimic, but his unique skill is the Tundra synergy, which is a Mercury based attack with a power rating of 45, a cost of 8 synergy and a range of 3. So, let's see if I can manage to get the EXP and coin boost on this particular mimic. Alright, so I'm going to do one more round of that, and then I'm going to begin buffing Jenna with impact. That way hopefully we can one-shot him with cannon. Alright, so Felix will defend, as will Jenna, and let's boost. There. Alright. Also, one more thing that I forgot to mention. Since we're going to be using the Whirlwind synergy quite a lot, and it is not cheap, it requires 5 synergy points when used outside of combat. So I'm going to mostly be using summons with Sheba whenever I get the chance, that way I won't run out of synergy. Alright, so we use impact twice, hopefully... Oh, come on! Do I have anything? Yeah. Well, this is one of the rare chances that I actually get to use an elixir in combat, so I guess that's cool. Alright. I'm not sure if cannon will kill him. No, but one more should do it. So let's get cannon back and then get through this as quickly as possible. There we go. Alright. Now it should be done. There we go. 353 and 313 and a lucky medal. So let's quickly go over that item. Lucky medal. Medal for use in a special fountain. So similar to the game tickets, this is also an item that will become much more useful at a later point in the game, but for now they have next to no use. So let's continue on. We want to go all the way around here and then down, and okay, so first I want to go up here. This is not the necessary way in order to proceed, but there is a cool item hidden behind that wall of sand right there. as I was saying, I'm going to avoid using synergy, so this will be a good chance to show off the net 8 summon. Alright, so this will open up the way so we can get that chest later on, and now we just want to head all the way down. Also, I must remember to put both Fog and Sour on standby, otherwise they are going to completely mess up Jenna and Felix's classes. Okay. We are still getting the very same enemies. There are a few, well, not new enemies, we have a few other returning enemies from the original game that I have yet to run into, so hopefully we will soon enough. So, now we just go all the way around here. And then use Whirlwind, not once, but twice. So that second Whirlwind was not necessary, but there is a cool item hidden in that chest. Oh, he survived. Alright. So, now we go... We are getting a lot of emus in this particular area. And we're not getting very lucky with the unleashes so far. Let's quickly heal up Jenna. Alright. There we go. There we have one of the returning enemies from the first game. This is a Harpy. It is level 12. It has 105 HP, no synergy, 104 attack, 25 defense, 46 agility, and 4 luck. It has a Venus elemental resistance of 127, 48 for Mars, 7 Jupiter, and 72 Mercury, and it has a Jupiter elemental power of 110. It normally yields 38 experience points, which then become 49 if we finish him off with a Jupiter gen. He drops 53 coins, which then become 68, and there is a 1 in 16 chances that then become a 1 in 4 that he will drop an elixir. As for his commands, of course, he has the basic attack and the Shriek monster skill, which is a Jupiter based attack with a power rating of 30 and a range of 1. So, on its own, it's no particular threat. Hopefully that should kill it. It didn't. Though it did drop its agility, so that's nice. And Felix level up. So yeah, since this is a maze, there's a lot of going back and forth. Alright, so this is where the chest, and it contains a cookie. So, similar to the Lucky Pepper that we got last episode, the cookie is also a stat boosting item. In this case, it boosts your maximum synergy points. So pretty useful, but I'm going to leave that for much later. So now we can finally position ourselves to the right of the first Windstone. Okay. Let's not... Yeah, Sheba is... She only has 35 synergy left. That's about, I believe, 7 uses of Whirlwind. You do gain back synergy simply by walking around, but it is a slow process. Alright, everybody leveled up, and we got an oil drop. Alright, back to the beginning, and now we go through here. So going up is the way to progress, but I want to show what's behind this particular wall of sand. Alright, pretty nice. And there we have the Shriek monster skill. Decent damage for a Jupiter base attack. Alright, so even though it's kind of a waste of Whirlwind, because I already know what's in the chest down there, I do want to show what it is. So let's go all the way around again. We have a lot of ground to cover when it comes to air rock, so I'm going to try to get through the combat as quickly as possible. Unless, of course, we encounter a new enemy. Alright, so what was inside this chest that it was such a lengthy effort to get? Well, a smoke bomb, so pretty much useless. We have a whole bunch of enemies, so I think I'm going to use Medic again. Hopefully we can take them out in one round. And of course, since the kobold loved to defend, he managed to survive. But not for long. Alright, so we are now back at the place where the giant pink tornado stone was. Before I do anything else, let me just put Sour and Fog on standby again. And let's see what happens when we apply the Whirlwind synergy to it. Alright, so they basically work like a powered up version of the regular windstones. And now that the small indentations on the wall are clear, we can begin our climb. And right there, I want to bring attention to the weird moai-like head right there. They kind of look like the ones in Easter Island. They are pretty much a visual that is shared among a few other dungeons in the game. I think I can just go ahead and tell you that Earth's Rock isn't the only elemental themed dungeon. There are a total of 4, and these particular stone heads are a prevalent theme around them. They don't always work the same, but they are always present. In this case, these ones simply blow out whirlwinds that we can use to further explore the dungeon itself. So what we're going to do here is simply go all the way up and then drop down right in front of it. And also right there, as you can see, we have a small puddle. If we had a Mercury added with us, we would be able to do something about it, but we don't. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what's in that chest. Luckily for me, it's only a vial. A useful item that would restore 500 HP, but other than that, nothing that essential. I almost forgot, so let's just do a basic attack. Alright. Then let's get blown all the way here and move that log so that the path is now clear. And yet again here. So, in order to proceed we have to go up, but before that I actually want to climb down here. Because right here is where that previous wall of sand was. and where that chest that I mentioned is also. And we got a preemptive strike. Let's see if we can take him out in one turn. Yeah, he stood no chance. So, what does this chest contain? We got this Stormbrand. So, as you may have guessed, this is also an artifact weapon. It is a longsword, meaning that of course only Felix can equip it, and it is quite a useful weapon, so of course I'm going to give it to him. So, let's quickly go over the longsword. The Stormbrand has an attack boost of 60, its unleash is called Hurricane, it deals 21 extra mercury damage and it may get a target's attack by 25%. Alright, so of course the unleash itself deals mercury damage, which is not the best for Felix, but it has quite a useful side effect, and the attack boost is very much appreciated, so of course I'm going to keep that on him. So now we want to go all the way up, and we have to find a way to move that low. So we go all the way up again. Actually no, sorry about that, even though I went through this section quite a few times, I do sometimes mistake and confuse some of its parts. So actually we want to climb down here. Yeah, here it is. And go all the way up. There we go. And now we can allow the whirlwind to blow us all the way here. Alright, on to the next screen of the Earthrock. First, let's take care of these, the Emu and the Harpy. Alright, so this particular section is actually very short. All we have to do is be careful not to be touched by the whirlwinds, because otherwise they will drop you to the bottom. But other than that, it is pretty simple. I think I'm going to wait here just in case. There we go. Alright, so in order to proceed we want to go to our right, but first I want to drop down, because first I want to clear up the path right here, and we have a chest right there which contains a sleep bomb, so an actually useful item, so much better than the smoke bomb, so nice. Okay, so this particular section and the few of the next screens in the Airrock exterior are quite annoying. They're not particularly long, they're quite short actually, but you have to backtrack quite a bit, as you'll see in a moment. So we can't just simply go all the way up. First we have to go to this particular level in the platform and then just use the move synergy to move that low, and then we have to go all the way down. Through here, so that we can drop down. Ah, there we go. That is the one enemy that we were missing. This is a ghoul. It is level 12, it has 99 HP, no synergy, 93 attack, 20 defense, 16 agility and 1 luck. He has a Venus elemental resistance of 25, Mars 7, 48 Jupiter and 72 Mercury, and he has a Venus elemental power of 100. He normally yields 34 experience points, which then become 44 if we finish him off with a Mars gem. He drops 42 coins, which then become 54, and there is a 1 in 16 chances that then become a 1 in 4 that he will drop an antidote. Now, as for his commands, he has the basic attack of course, and the Cannibal Fang monster skill, which is a Venus based attack that drains HP from the target, and it has a range of 1. And it is accompanied by a dino, but other than that, no big threat. There we go. So, as I was saying, we want to drop down here and then position ourselves so that the stone head will simply take us all the way up, just so that we can use move again and move the log out of the way. And then drop down again. So, in and of itself, that did not seem too long or that particularly annoying, but you'll see. Alright, so, as you can see, we have another of the giant pink tornado stones, and for some reason there seems to be a strange fog covering the screen. So you may think that we can just avoid it and just go all the way up, right? Well, we can't. We're apparently in what looks like a mysterious loop, so we can only go back down. But now that we move the log, if we find a way to climb through the other particular indentation on the wall, we may be able to access the pink tornado stone. So we have to go all the way down again. And then drop down all the way. Just so that we can climb all the way back. And we were caught by surprise. Luckily one of them only defended, or two of them. I think I can afford to use plasma once. I am trying to keep a mental check basically of all the times that I'm going to need to use Whirlwind, up until a certain point that you'll see. Alright, so let's go ahead and activate the stone here. And the fog is gone. So we can just, if we were to climb from the left, we would reach our destination. However, I want to do that from the right, because there's a neat item, there's a very useful item if we take that route. So again, more backtracking. Sorry if I seem a bit too negative, I don't mean to, but this particular section of Air Rock can be a bit annoying. And the fact that Air Rock is by far one of the largest dungeons in the game, and you can encounter it pretty early on, can make it a bit of a daunting challenge, so to speak. I was hoping we could get the Unleash on the Stormbrand. Let's see if we can do it before the end of the episode. Alright, here we are. So as you can see, right here we have a chest, and it contains the Fujin shield. So first I'm going to quickly equip that on Felix, since it is a shield of course, neither Jaina or Sheba can wield it. Let's trade it for the Shaman Rod, why not? So quickly let's go over the Fujin shield. It provides a defense boost of 23, but more important than that, it has a side effect which boosts Jupiter resistance by 50 points. So for a Venus adept like Felix, that is immensely useful, so yeah. Okay, so unfortunately we have to go all the way back so that we can climb to the top of Air Rock properly. So I think I'm going to cut to when I'm climbing from the right, so I'll see you guys in a moment. And welcome back. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything particularly thrilling. So, let's do this, shall we? So, we are at the very top, and of course, we have another stone. And in this case, instead of a giant tornado, it summoned forth a storm, and now we have a way inside a rock. Air's rock. Alright, so we got through the entirety of the air rock exterior, and we just took our first step into air rock interior. Next time we're going to begin the exploration of air rock and hopefully find out its hidden secrets. See you guys!